good evening, Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. Welcome to another episode. And today we'll be doing a recap of the events that transpired a little bit earlier. We saw the 200 meters for women. We saw the long jump. We saw so much more, and we'll be going through each and every one of them. And afterwards, we will be doing the preview for tomorrow's sequence of events. So if you haven't done so as yet, go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe to Halftime TV, and we have a different background this evening because it's Independence Day. So happy Independence Day, Jamaica. And before we even go any further, let's go ahead and drop the Jamaican national anthem. All right, so Eternal Father, bless our land, guard us with thy mighty hand, keep us free from evil powers. To our leaders, be our light through countless hours. To our leaders, great defenders, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica land we love. All right, Jamaica, you know it. Boom. We have to drop a boom in there. So, a wonderful day for Jamaica. Overall, we're having the celebrations at the National Stadium Grand Gala annual event. So every year we have it, and unfortunately, I'm not able to be there in person this year. But nonetheless, we are proud Jamaicans near and far, and to all the Jamaicans in the diaspora, happy Independence Day. So Jamaica, all of 62 years old today, and once more, Jamaica land we love. All right, so big shout out everyone in the comment section. As I said, this will be the first of two live streams this evening. We'll do this one, which is a recap of the events that transpired earlier on today, and then afterwards we will do the preview for the events that are to come tomorrow. So we'll be live streaming tomorrow morning because we have the 100-meter hurdles for women coming up real early, so you can turn those alarms on your different devices, because Halftime TV will be covering track and field action as early as 4 a.m. tomorrow. So we're excited and we can't wait for the amazing show we have ahead. But again, Jamaica land we love. Eternal Father, bless our land, guard us with thy mighty hand, keep us free from evil powers, be our light through countless hours. To our leaders, great defenders, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica land we love. Jamaica land we love. All right, I'm not the greatest of singer, but I tried my best to recite the words. But big up Deborah, big up Deborah. As I said, Independence Day for Jamaica, so we're gonna take somewhat of a different approach this evening, and through like for everyone who's just joining us, remember the first thing you do once you hop onto the live stream, you smash the like button. You like the video, let's get the video to 100 likes first and foremost, and then afterwards we will jump into the discussion. All right, we have the vote or the poll ongoing as well. Should Jamaica invest more in field events? And I think that's a conversation that needs to be had, because right now Jamaica's eggs are all in one basket, as my grandmother would say. You don't put the eggs in one basket. That's the situation with Jamaica right now, and most of the athletes who compete in field events, they are complaining. The gentleman who did the shot put, I think last week, was it last week or over the weekend, but he got a bronze medal in the shot put, and subsequent news came out that he works in Domino's, zero sponsorship, had to be competing in training gears and all of that. So we see where the field athletes, the athletes who compete in the field events, they are struggling, and the track athletes, they are the ones who are the kind of like the famous kids in school, right? So kind of like the famous kids in school, and it's fair because ever since Jamaica has been excelling in the track events, and case in point, Usain Bolt, Asafa Powell, so many of these guys, they've been doing so exceptionally well in the track events, and somewhat the field events, I think they have gotten neglected to an extent. But now they're showing the athletes competing in the field events. They're showing that, hey, we've been here and we've been doing the work, and we deserve more. Not only from a recognition standpoint, but also from sponsorship and all of that coming out of Team Jamaica. Because even the sponsors, those who support track and field teams in Jamaica, most of their attention is fixed on the track events. If we're talking about endorsements and all of that fun stuff, it's mostly on the track athletes, which is, again, understandable. But based on the work that the field athletes have been doing over the past couple of years, I think genuinely, and this is not because they've secured a few medals at these Olympic Games, but Shanika Ricketts, this is not her first rodeo. Tajay Gale, a couple of years ago, secured was it gold medal, I think. Yeah. So we have been having athletes who've been doing well in the field, and for some reason it seems as if they've always been shifted to the back burner. And I think, I'm not saying they should be given more than the track athletes, but we think they should be given a lot more than they're getting right now, because right now they're not getting anything at all. All right, so a conversation that will continue throughout the show. But again, go ahead and smash the like button on this video. Subscribe to Halftime TV if you haven't yet done so, as we continue our quest to 25,000 subscribers. We're just about 1,500 away. And when we started our shows on, was it Friday? I think we were at 18,000. So we already gained roughly 5,000 subscribers between Friday and today. So keep those subscriptions coming in, folks. You can become a member of Halftime TV as well if you choose. Becoming a member, what that means, basically, you'll get insight to things that the regular folks who tune into Halftime TV don't get. We usually try to break the news via the members a little bit earlier. And a ton load of other stuff. So we will get the membership up and going. And what we'll do with the members is we'll ensure that they have a first row seat to everything that happens here at Halftime TV. All right, so again, keep the likes coming in. Let's get it up to 100. And big shout out too to the sponsors. But folks, if you're wondering why I keep shouting out the sponsors, it's not the case where they've been paying me to show them out. Let me give you a kind of a backstory, right? So when we just started doing YouTube, Quick Link Shipping reached out and saw the work, and they asked what we needed. At the time, we didn't need much. We only needed a green screen and a couple of lights. And this was like 3 years ago. So if you're wondering why Quick Link Shipping is always on my screen, if it's because they're donating a ton load of money towards Halftime TV, no. But what they did was they believed in the craft from the onset. So when we were just starting, they asked us what we needed, told them we needed a pair of lights and we needed a green screen, and they donated that. So that's all, right? That's all. And since then, we've made it a part of our duty to ensure that we give Quick Link Shipping a shout out every time we go live. All right, so go ahead and follow Quick Link Shipping. Basically, I'm saying them believe in our youth, right? Them believe in our youth over at Quick Link Shipping. So go ahead and give them a strength, because a lot of folks, like, they don't really believe in it until things start manifesting, until you get to that 1,000 or that 5,000 or that 10,000 subscribers. And I'm telling you, Quick Link Shipping from Halftime TV had 50 subscribers, and now we're at 25, almost 25,000, and that's all they did. Two lights and a green screen, and the rest is history. All right, so I'm gonna jump over to it right now. I'm gonna jump into the action because I'm eager to discuss this. I think we've been going through the comment section, and sometimes it's super difficult, folks. If I don't respond to your comments, please forgive me. It is just that it's one. I'm only one person, and at times I try to respond to everything as much as possible, but I'm unable to do so. So 40 likes on this video so far. As I said, get it to 100, and then we jump into the sharing of a screen. We jump into the events that happened today, and we jump into the discussion. So keep on smashing the like button. We have 200 people on the live stream now. Go ahead and smash the like button right now. And again, happy Independence Day, Jamaica. Happy Independence Day, Jamaica. Today, it's August 6th. So August 6th, 1962 is when it all changed for Jamaica. And here we are 62 years later, and I'm able to do this. So back then, things were a whole lot different. And today we can look back and we can celebrate. So to all my Jamaicans who are tuned into Halftime TV, happy Independence Day to you. You need to invest more in the field events. Naturally, Mar. Big up yourself, Naturally, Mar. Good evening. I hope everyone had a good day at work today. If you're wondering why I didn't live stream during the 200 meters for women, I had to work. Right? So I had to work. So I was busy at work, but I was watching it nonetheless, and supporting the athletes. So we're up to 46 now on the likes on this video. As we said, we're getting it to 100, and then as soon as we get it to 100, then we jump over into the discussion about what happened in the various events. And I have it all panned out here. I have it from early this morning when everything started. Yeah, we have it all here. And remember, folks, I will be going live tomorrow morning. I'll be going live tomorrow morning at 4. So look out for that. Turn notification on. You don't have to work. You can jump over and we can build our vibes before the sun comes up. And for those who have to work, you can tune into Halftime TV while you get ready. We will be here. We will be here. We will be speaking about what's going to happen. We will be walking you through the heats because we have the hurdles for women coming up tomorrow morning. So halfway there, 50 likes on the video. Hi, 400 meter races were good today. I agree. The 400 meter races, I enjoyed every one of them, and I don't know. I think from the 400 meters to the 400 meter hurdles, very exciting races, and I can't wait for the finals because I think it's going to be special. All right, so we have Monima Sohn, we have Deborah, we have Shirley Bogle, and we have 250 folks tuned into the live stream, waiting for the action to kick off. But the question again becomes, have you liked the video as yet? We're gonna go ahead and abuse the like button because we can't wait to jump over into the action, everything that transpired today and then some. But come on, let's show the video some love, folks. Let's show the video some support. As I said, and I usually say it on this channel, it's minimum effort, maximum impact. Right, so more likes the video has, the wider the reach. And before we even go any further, World Tracy, the Maverick. So if you tune into Sports Explosion or if you follow his YouTube channel, you can go ahead and check out the video he did. I think he did a video about basically the lies that the athletes have been telling or their camps. And I'm going to tell you guys to go ahead and check out that video as well. Primarily because it's similar to the video that I did over the weekend with the Shericka Jackson situation when she pulled out from the 200 meters. So you can check it out. Where Tracy said he spoke to a couple of his folks on the inside, or that are more knowledgeable on how it works than he is. And it was revealed that the athletes basically, in some instances, don't reveal that they're injured because they don't want to give that psychological edge to their opponents. And also, they don't reveal that they're injured because, again, and I think I spoke about this during my video, because of those appearance bonuses. So in some instances, the athletes even run through pain at the national championships to ensure that they are at either the Olympics or the World Championship, because what that means is money directly into their pockets. And again, World Tracy went on to share his opinion on how he felt about it and his disappointment and let down and the feeling of deception. So you can check it out. I won't tell you everything that's in there, but what I will say is we were onto something when we did that video over the weekend about Shericka Jackson and her pulling out on the back of the speech that Stephen Francis gave when he was quizzed on her fitness. So 62 likes on the video. No, go ahead. 38 more to get it to 100. Remember, we're gonna go through the sequence of events that transpired today. I think it was a very exciting day. The hammer throw was exciting. The long jump was thrilling. We had the diving, also enthralling. I didn't watch the skateboarding, but athletics, I don't know. It was something. It was something, I must say. And I had a lot of fun. I'm not sure if you, the viewers and subscribers, enjoyed it as much as I did, but I must say I had a lot of fun. For the finals, even those that, who would you have in the 4x1? The 4x1 for women or men? I think I shared my thoughts on who I thought would be in the 4x1 for women. But yeah, so the day started really on a high note. The day started on a high note, and from a Jamaican perspective, I don't think we were as disappointed today, primarily because of the expectations, right? So I like to say, if your expectations are low, or if you don't have high expectations, so expectations not necessarily low, but you don't have high expectations, it's a little bit more difficult for you to be disappointed. Does that mean the athletes who are competing aren't competent, or does it mean that they aren't able? No, it just means that you temper your expectations because you know that the athletes who are basically your horse that's in the race isn't the favorite. Okay, so I think that was the situation today, and maybe that's why I enjoyed the activities today so much. Jamaica's horses in the races weren't the favorites any at all, but nonetheless we came out and we came out swinging. So today, let's see. All right, let's go back up here. Don't worry, I'll be sharing my screen in a few. There's still 29. So 29 likes away. 29 likes away from that 100 that we're aiming for, as we usually do at the beginning of each of our live streams. We ensure that the video gets to 100 likes before we jump into the action. But I don't know. I don't think. Yeah. All right. So I think we'll get there afterwards. So again, happy Independence Day to all the Jamaicans tuned in. It's been 62 years since, and remember, August 6, 1962 is when it all changed. And let's do it again. I don't usually, I think we do this for the national pledge, but nonetheless, Eternal Father, bless our land, guard us with thy mighty hand, keep us free from evil powers, be our light to countless hordes. To our leaders, great defenders, grant true wisdom from above. Justice should be ours forever, Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, boom. Jamaica, boom. Jamaica, land we love. All right, so now that you've sat and you've listened to my awful singing, let's move on to the matter at hand, as I'll be sharing my screen now, and we will be speaking a little bit more about everything that happened today. Okay, so the 200 meters, the repechage round, that's where we'll start it. And Jamaica had two representatives lining up in this round, primarily because they didn't qualify automatically in their respective heats. So the repechage round is basically, for those who aren't familiar with it, it's a new rule introduced, which basically means second chance, and it gives athletes who didn't qualify via their respective first rounds an opportunity to compete again. So for whatever reason an athlete wasn't at his best or her best in the first round, then they will get the opportunity to go up and to get themselves ready for the repechage round, because that's a second bite at the cherry. So the first in each heat and then the next two fastest times advance to the semifinals. A lot of people say, but wait, like the repechage round doesn't make any sense. And I think some Jamaican officials have already come out and criticized, they've lashed out at the repechage round, saying it doesn't make any sense. They don't see the purpose of it. Again, remember, this is the first Olympics that we're having the repechage round, and who knows, maybe we won't even see it the next time around. Trial and error kind of thing, seeing where folks' heads are at, seeing where what their reactions are like with this, the second chance. Personally, I think it's okay, it's a good idea, but the coaches and the athletes probably think it's not so great of an idea. And a lot of the athletes who are competing, maybe by the time they have to compete in the repechage round, they're already burnt out, etc. But I say it's a second chance. So if you don't compete in the repechage round, otherwise you'd be on a plane home or something of the sort. So in heat number one, we have Chudi Onwuzurike out of Nigeria. He won it with 20.51, and he was the only qualifier from that lineup. In heat number two, we have Brendan Rodney out of Canada qualifying with 20.42, and Brian Lavelle out of Jamaica 20.47. So 20-year-old Brian Lavelle at his first Olympic Games, definitely pulling out all the stops, and Edwin Allen must be proud of him as they are of Tia Clayton. So standout champs athlete, and he's transitioned smoothly to this senior level. He did the 100 meters as well at champs, was good at it, and 200 meter here at the senior level, and he's showing his capability as well. So Ryan Zizi out of France, 20.40, automatic qualifier there because he won it. And then Aaron Brown out of Canada with one of the two fastest times. So Aaron Brown and Brian Lavelle were the two qualifiers with the fastest times, because both of them were placed second and they had impressive times. Okay, is it true that Kishin no gold medal? Not that I know of. Not that I know of. All right, so Marie, no, I'm not. I haven't heard anything about Kishane Thompson receiving a gold medal. Okay, all right, but continuing. So Brian Lavelle, he will be competing in the 200 meters for men in the semifinal round. So we will be speaking a little bit about that in our next live stream this evening, because as I mentioned a little bit earlier, we will be having two live streams. So there will be an automatic prompt as soon as this one is done to send you through to the next one, where we'll be doing the preview for tomorrow's sequence of events. So this was athletics, started at 6:30 this morning, but let me backtrack a little bit, because Jamaica had a competitor a little bit earlier. I know not a lot of you guys got up early to support, but at 4 a.m. Jamaica had Unite Wisdom in the men's springboard. This is a 3-meter, I think. Yeah, I think this is a 3-meter springboard preliminary. Yes, so 3-meter springboard preliminary. Unite Wisdom advanced to the next round, and you can see it here, 14th, with a score of 382.9. So Unite Wisdom, a score of 382.9. He advances to the next round. So these are the dives that he did. So a forward 3.5 somersault, 3.1 difficulty. So the most difficult is 3.5. See it here. So the most difficult 3.5, and based on the execution of these races, the judges rank you across the board. All right. So the pike that we see here in round 1, he was ranked 6th with a score of 72.85. Back 2.5 somersault, 3.0. That's a degree of difficulty. So the easiest dives that he did, the difficulty was 3.0, and the dive points, you can see next to it. That's a score the judges gave him. Those were actually, well, I won't even say of these better dives, but in comparison to the reverse 3.5 somersault and the inward 3.5 somersault, he will be proud of how he did in those. As for the 3.5 somersault reverse tuck, he will definitely need to do some work if he is to get on the podium or into medal contention, because those scores are definitely not good enough. So Unite Wisdom, we're proud of him. He said this is the last time around. This will be his last dive, and it's good to see that he's advancing through to the next round. The Chinese, we can see first and second. It's the same thing in the medal table for girls. They competed a little bit later down in the day, and they won gold and silver. And we'll get to that as well, because one of the Chinese youngsters, the one that actually won gold, was at the Tokyo Olympics, and at the time she was 13, going 14 years of age, and she won gold in 2 events. It's the same thing this time around. She won gold in 2 events, and she's a champ. She's a champ, like double Olympic champion before your 18th birthday. What were you doing at 18 years of age is the question that I love to ask. But amazing day for those who love sports in general. It was just fun to watch, especially the diving. It was just exciting, and I didn't have a horse in the race, especially because I wasn't up for Unite Wisdom's dives, but I was watching the females, the Chinese youngsters. There was a Canadian there as well, an Australian, a couple of Mexicans, and man, did they dive. If you voted, then we should have 145 likes. Too much. True, definitely. So let's pin that comment. So if you voted, folks, you should have liked the video. Should Jamaica invest more in the field events? We have 194 votes so far. I think we should have 194 likes on this video as well. Remember, smash the like button as soon as you hop on. Subscribe to Halftime TV if you haven't yet done so. Turn the notifications on as well as we continue our coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. So we spoke about the repechage round a little bit earlier. Brian Lavelle progressing through to the next round. We also, importantly, let me move on to heat number 3 in the repechage round, because Andrew Hudson, the second Jamaican who is competing in the 200 meters at these Olympics, he participated. Hold on. I've sworn I saw Andrew Hudson a little bit earlier. Anyway, so Brian Lavelle on through to the next round. Thought I'd seen Andrew Hudson. Guess not. But this is the diving I was telling you guys about. So Hong Chang Kwan, now 17 years of age and securing a gold medal, well, second gold medal of these Olympic Games. This is a score, and just for context, similar dives to what you saw Unite Wisdom doing a little bit earlier, and these are the degrees of difficulty. magnificent dives from the youngster. So there you see it, two gold medals so far at these Olympic Games. Women's synchronized 10-meter platform final and women's 10-meter platform final, gold medal in each. So 2 gold medals for her in synchronized 10-meter platform and 10-meter platform. And as I mentioned, only 17 years of age. So there you go, 17 years of age and doing big things at the Olympic Games. So the Asians secured top 3 places in the 10-meter platform final for the diving. It was fun to watch. If you enjoy sport in general, I think you would have enjoyed that spectacle. For basketball, and this is the men's quarterfinal for the Canadians who are tuned in this evening, France beat Canada 82-73, and the youngster Wemby, who currently plays in the NBA, he was a treat, exceptional on the day. Football women's semifinal, you see after extra time, United States beating Germany 1-0. Germany had beaten Canada to advance this round, and what that means is the United States now will progress through to the gold medal match. So the US through there, and we're scrolling down because really this is where I want us to place our attention right now. So in semifinal number 1, and this is the 400 meters, people. So in the 400 meters, this is the 400 meters semifinals. You can see the world record and the Olympic record by Wade van Niekerk, August 2016 in Brazil. He hasn't been the same since. Right, Wade van Niekerk, the world record and Olympic record holder. In semifinal number 1, we had Quincy Hall out of the United States of America qualifying with a time of 43.95. Jareem Richards out of Trinidad and Tobago, 44.33. And I must say Quincy Hall made this one look quite easy as he cruised to 43.95. Jareem Richards out of Trinidad and Tobago struggled to keep up, and in the end, he just couldn't get close. He couldn't lay a glove on the American, who is one of the favorites to go ahead and win gold. In semifinal number 2, we had Kirani James winning with a season's best of 43.78. The Grenadian Kirani James winning with 43.78. And I know folks are saying Kirani James is still around. Yes, still. He was very young when he broke onto the scene, and he took some time off at one point through illness, and he's back. And I must tell you, he didn't look to be the Kirani James of old, but he did get the job done. Mozala Samukunga out of is this Zambia? It's Zambia. Yeah, I think it's Zambia. He ran the race of his life for a national record. Kirani had to basically chase him down in the last 10 meters of this race, and he was celebrating when he crossed the finish line. So big shout out to Mozala Samukanga out of Zambia as he progresses through to the final as well. Christopher Bailey out of the United States was third in this race with a personal best of 44.31, and he too will be progressing through to the final. So in semifinal number 3, and I think folks should pay keen attention to this gentleman, Matthew Hudson Smith out of Great Britain. He ran, well, not ran, but he jogged to 44.07 ahead of Michael Norman, who I'm pretty sure everyone on this live stream is familiar with that name, in second with 44.26. So I think, also, before we even get into what I think, Samuel Ogazi out of Nigeria was third with a personal best of 44.41. So Quincy, that we spoke about a little bit earlier, I think it will be Quincy, Hudson, and Michael Norman pushing each other to the finish line. So Quincy Hall here, Norman down here in second, Michael Norman, and Matthew Hudson Smith. They would be the three. And I think it was based on what we saw in the semifinal and in the first round from Hudson Smith. He looks ready. He looks pumped. He looks to be in the form of his life, and he's not putting too much energy in these races. It's almost as if he's conserving that energy for the final. It's almost as if he's calculating everything down to the T, because he knows come the final, Quincy Hall is going to take some beating, and the same with Norman. So him beating Norman in the semifinal round would have given him a psychological edge. However, come the final, he knows he's going to have the race of his life, and he's going to need it, as a matter of fact. Yes, Quincy is very confident. And it's the same thing I'm seeing with Hudson Smith as well. So will Great Britain be on top of the podium, or will the United States of America? I tell you what, the US has two horses in this race in the form of Michael Norman and Quincy Hall. Matthew Hudson Smith will need to have something exceptional, as he's been very calculated throughout these Olympic Games so far. So I expect him to continue that into the final. But today's race from these athletes, stellar performances. And again, even though Jamaica's Javon Powell finished in fourth with 44.91, and obviously he won't be progressing through to the final, it was just a joy to watch. And I think that's how neutrals should feel when they're watching. And even sometimes, even if you have an athlete in the race, or even if you have someone in the race that you're cheering for, you should just be excited when you see good athletes on the track. Kirani will make a comeback. I'd love that. I'd love for Kirani to make a comeback, but I just haven't seen the old Kirani since his return. Been waiting on him, but I haven't seen him as yet. So maybe he's been waiting on these Olympic Games to make a grand re-entry. So let's see. Well, don't write off Kirani James, as Naturally Mar rightfully said. Let's throw Kirani James into that mix as well. So Quincy Hall, Michael Norman, Hudson Smith, Matthew Hudson Smith, and Kirani James. Let's have those four in the ring right now. All right, so continuing. This was the semifinal. This was the semifinal for men. So the 400 meters semifinal for men, and your qualifiers are on your screen right there. So lining up in the final, we will have Kirani James, Muzala Samukonga out of Zambia, Quincy Hall in plate number 3 for now. In next to him, we have Matthew Hudson Smith, then Michael Norman, then Christopher Bailey, Jerome Richards out of Trinidad and Tobago, Samuel Ogazi out of Nigeria, Colin is that Kebinachipi out of Botswana. They are your finalists. Well, not Colin, but so we stop at Samuel Ogazi. Got carried away there. I'm like, okay, how come it's the first time seeing this name? Or Kirani. Anyway, so we're going over now to, we just did the 400 meters semifinal for men. Let's scroll down a little bit, because a couple minutes later we had the 400 meter semifinal for women, and this is a 400 meter hurdles. So Sydney McLaughlin, world record and Olympic record holder. In semifinal number 1, we had Rochelle Clayton out of Jamaica with 53 flat qualifying. Jasmine Jones, 53.83 qualifying as well. Semifinal number 2, Sydney McLaughlin, again making 52 seconds look easy. We had Louise Maraval out of France qualifying in that second place. Jamaica's Geneve Russell was only good enough for fourth. In semi-final number 3, we had Femke Bol, the Dutch sensation, or the Flying Dutch woman, as they say, with 52.57, winning that one. Anna Cockrell, 52.90 in second. Cheyenne Salmon, the Jamaican, 53.13, and Savannah Sutherland out of Canada, 53.80. So they are your qualifiers. We have 2 Jamaicans lining up in the final. Rochelle Clayton, I think, is Jamaica's best hope of getting onto the podium, as she did last time around. The World Championships last year, she got on the podium, and we expect to see her on the podium again. So those who will be lined up in the final, you can see them on your screen right now. Sydney McLaughlin, LeBron, fastest time in qualifying, 52.13. Femke Bol, who will be Sydney's main competitor, and we don't expect it to be very close, but nonetheless, she will be Sydney's main competitor. Last year, while Sydney was away, while she took her small hiatus or break, Femke Bol won the gold medal. But this time around, Sydney McLaughlin is back, and she's back with a storm. So in next to Femke Bol in the qualifying, we have Anna Cockrell, the US sensation as well, with 52.90. Rochelle Clayton and Cheyenne Salmon, both the Jamaicans, they are through to the final. Savannah Sutherland and Jasmine Jones, they will be there as well. And then last but not least, we have Maraval Louise representing France. So she will have the home crowd cheering her on, and what a feeling that must be to be in the finals of the 400-meter hurdles in front of a home crowd. In the field events, we had Wayne Pinnock. So the Jamaican Wayne Pinnock securing silver. And you can see the jump there, 8.36 is the jump. He had a good day out, I must say. Miltiadis Tentoglu out of Greece. And I think it's similar to the female side, where we have Shanika Ricketts. And whenever, in my opinion, whenever there is Yulimar Rojas lining up, Shanika Ricketts is almost guaranteed a silver. And it's the same thing here. Tentoglu, it's almost as if he's unbeatable. It's going to take some effort to beat him. So the Jamaicans, we settle for silver this time around, but I'm sure Wayne Pinnock and company will be back stronger next time. But 8.36 from Wayne Pinnock, he was good enough to secure a silver medal for Jamaica, which means that Jamaica has secured 3 medals in the field events and only 1 medal in the track events. Okay, so 1 in the track events, 3 in the field events, and that's the reason for our question this evening, because right now 75% of the medals won at these Olympic Games have come from the field events. Bronze, we have Mattia Furlani out of Italy, and that's the 3 for the men's long jump. Continuing, I think I should make mention of this race as well, the 1500-meter final. And I know a lot of people don't really pay attention to the 1500-meter, but this race was a special race. This race was a special race, primarily because coming into this race, Jakob Ingebrigtsen was the favorite. He had the record. I think he had the Olympic record, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So he had the Olympic record from Tokyo Olympics, and he got out the first, I think the first, 800 meters or so. He was in front. He was looking comfortable. He was being pursued by Chariot out of Kenya. Those 2 were the ones setting the pace in that race. And then came the American Cole Hawker with something magnificent to secure that gold medal, basically snatching it from Ingebrigtsen and ensuring that the gold was going back to the United States of America. Congratulations as well to Josh Kerr out of Great Britain, who registered a national record with a special run. Yared Nugusi out of the United States, he too did a magnificent run, registering a personal best. So overall, I think it was a calculated fight for that bronze. Can't wait to see FMK versus Sydney. Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night, Saskia. Welcome, Obia, man. Yes, Rochelle is gonna be fighting for something. She's gonna be fighting for something. I think as for gold, it's always going to be Sydney McLaughlin. Femke Bull will very well try everything in her power to dethrone Sydney. But will it be enough? I don't think so. But I like being proven wrong. So let's see. But yeah, this 1500-meter race today was exceptional, and I think it's something that will be spoken about for years to come. Continuing, let me scroll down because I don't have a lot of time. So let's scroll down to the 200 meters for women. Now, coming into this 200-meter race, and we did a live stream last night where we ran a poll. We had winning the 200 meters. We had Julian Alfred. We have Gabby Thomas. I think most folks had Julian Alfred, but we know that's based on emotions and the mere fact that a lot of the viewers on Halftime TV are from the diaspora and are Caribbean people. So I understood that. But going into the final, it was always going to be Gabby Thomas, the one to beat. She showed that again today as she came off the backstretch, and I don't know, what an amazing run from her. I already did a video about it. I had to speak about it again because I was just so impressed. And I think after I go through the finishers for this race, I'm going to speak about something because I think oftentimes we take these athletes for granted because we think it is the usual. We don't realize that what these athletes are doing is out of this world. And a lot of the times they are anomalies. So Gabrielle Thomas won the 200 meters for women with 21.83 seconds. Julian Alfred, in her quest for the double, came second with 22.08 seconds. Brittany Brown, 22.20, and Dina Asher-Smith, 22.22. Those are your top four. Now, Gabby Thomas, I must say, congratulations first and foremost. Brittany Brown, congratulations as well. Julian Alfred, big congratulations as well. So congratulations to all three females who competed in that 200 meters final for women. It didn't feel the same naturally because we didn't have a Jamaican lined up. It was always either Sharika Jackson or Elaine Thompson here, but Jamaica usually has someone lined up in the 200 meters. That was not the case today. And as Julian Alfred continued her quest, we were cheering her on, but it also brought back some memories and some emotions as well. So almost as if folks were cutting the onions, because I remembered how Elaine Thompson-Hera maneuvered the 200 meters after she secured gold in the 100 meters. And we thought to ourselves, because I was watching with some colleagues, and we thought like, okay, this is a walk in the park. This should be very easy for Elaine, not realizing that it was so difficult to secure the double. So I think Noah Lyle will secure the double, and I'll speak on that a little bit later. And all the athletes who've done so in the past, you've seen both and all these fantastic athletes, I think we should give them a little bit more credit, because you saw how Gabby Thomas, she looked fresh. She looked like she was just coming out, looked like she was ready for it. Julian Alfred basically lost her legs, as naturally Morris said. They were done, nothing left there to give, and she basically left it all on the track. She ran the 100 meters. She won gold in the 100 meters a couple of days ago, and now she's competing in the finals of the 200 meters. So whenever we see the athletes come out and they're competing in the double, I want you to put some respect on their names. And for the likes of Elaine Thompson-Hera, who's done the double-double at the Olympics, she needs to be studied. All right, she needs a Netflix series or something, because that's magnificent. And I know 21.83 is very fast, but do a little bit of research. Check back on how fast Elaine Thompson-Hera went in both the 100 meters and the 200 meters. And again, this is not me taking anything away from Gabby Thomas. It's just that we take for granted some of the athletes who've been so exceptional over the years, and we don't really realize what they've been doing until they've stepped away, either because of injury or either because they've retired or what have you, right? So I need folks to start putting some more respect on Elaine Thompson-Herah's name, because what she's done at the Olympics is no easy feat, and we've seen it time and time again. We've seen it again today, which is basically late, but here. Big up yourself, Ver. Big up yourself, Ver. Good evening to you. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us as we continue our conversation on the events that happened today in the 200 meters for women. So we're speaking about Gabby Thomas and Julian Alfred and what they did in their 200 meters final today. So once Gabby Thomas came off the curve, folks, it was done. It's almost as if she went into an extra gear, and Julian Alfred was fighting to find that energy. When it got to, I think, 170 meters, 170 meters, Julian Alfred made a last gasp effort. She made a last push for it. Yes, she made a last push for it, and that push just wasn't enough, because Gabby Thomas was already 2 meters minimum ahead of her. So Gabby Thomas, as Jack said in the comment section, this race went to form, and Gabby was always the favorite to win. We spoke about her being the favorite last night, although an overwhelming majority of those who voted indicated that, hey, it was going to be Julian Alfred. I disagreed, and I told you guys it was going to be Gabby Thomas. So not to say I told you so, but I told you so. All right, so I think as far as recaps go, the 200 meters naturally was a highlight of the day, because folks tend to be more interested in the faster races than the others. So it was the highlight of the day. Gabby Thomas, Golden Gabby, as we named that video, she took the spotlight for today, and come tomorrow we will be seeing Noah Lyles again as he continues his quest for 200 meters double. And again, I'll be speaking about that in the next video that I'll be doing. So the video should come up automatically after this one finishes, so don't go anywhere. Halftime TV will be back. Remember, like, share, subscribe, turn notification on. It was good. It was great chatting sports. It was great going through all the events that happened today. Yona Night Wisdom, big shout out. What's his name? Brian Lavelle, big shout out to you as well. Genevieve Russell and Rochelle Clayton, all the athletes who competed today. Congratulations for those who did make it on to the next round. We feel your pain, but congratulations on getting to the Olympics in and of itself. It's an achievement. All right, so big up on yourself for the athletes who won medals. And I'm speaking particularly today about Wayne Pinnock. Big shout out and congratulations, and to all the athletes who are competing in the field events. Congratulations on getting to the Olympics, and continue making us proud. All right, so you may not get the recognition you deserve from most people, but Halftime TV here saying, big up on yourself. We appreciate each and every one of you guys, and we will continue our advocacy for you to get that necessary funding. We will continue our advocacy for more attention to be placed on field events, because although the track stars are usually the ones on top of the billboards or all of that fun stuff, you are the ones getting the business done this Olympics, and you are the ones who have been getting the business done under the quiet, maybe not as much as the track star, but you've been getting the business done regardless. So big up on yourself, all the field athletes who are out there representing Jamaica, who are out there throwing those hammers and the discus and doing the jumps and all of that. Big up on yourself. We appreciate you guys. And again, happy Independence Day to everyone who's tuned into the channel this evening. I'll see you guys in a few. All right, so take care of yourself. Talk soon.